Sun's up, animals are moving. It's going to be another beautiful day on the K4 Ranch.
Welcome back. Had a beautiful pleated woodpecker hanging out in the oak tree out front this morning. Kind of a nice way to start the day. This episode is going to be dedicated to gardening. And I'm not talking flowers, I'm talking food. The thing that we always strive to be when we talk about subsistence living, homesteading. We are going to put down a rather large strip and plant some fall crops. And we're going to start to finish show you exactly everything that we do. First thing you're going to need, of course, is a way of turning the dirt. There's many ways to do it. This is the easiest, fastest, and coolest way to do it. This is our 5-foot PTO driven dirt dog tiller. I've heard these things called a million different things. I've heard them called tractor pins. I've heard them called lynch pins. I've heard them called pin clips before. Whatever you're going to call them. The biggest thing I'm trying to show here is do not let your fingers get between the two metal parts and the clip. It will smash your finger. Okay? Just be careful when you're using them. As we said before, this is PTO driven. Always be careful of the drive shaft whenever these things are running. Loose clothing, anything like that can get caught. Okay, so the first time we did the first tilling of the garden, we went to bring the footage in, and for some reason the SD card had died and the footage was corrupt. Nothing we can do about it. Can't go back, we can't reverse time, but we do have a solution. What we're going to do is we're going to extend the garden that is currently in place on either side. And this will give you an understanding of how we prep the ground and everything, and show you kind of how the tiller works in action and that kind of stuff. Sorry about the loss of footage. We're going to start making sure we have backups and at least double footage of everything going forward. That way this never happens again. I do have at least a photo, should be coming up on the screen now, of the original garden as it was tilled in place. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to run over the grass with the lawnmower as low as the deck will go, and this is going to strip and remove as much of the grass particles as we can. Alright, so going over the seeds that we have in place, we've got longleaf mustards. The collards, unfortunately, so far from what I've seen, are not doing as well. Purple top turnips, we're not going to plant those this year. We were going to, but I think I need a bigger space for them. We are going to plant some cauliflower. The oxheart carrots. Oxheart carrots are a little thicker. They're not like a normal carrot. They're kind of a chubby carrot. We are going to plant the buttercup winter squash. Going to plant I believe we're going to plant the lettuce. We're either not going to plant the lettuce. I know we're not going to plant the Brussels sprouts, and then we're also going to plant the broccoli. Yeah, we're not going to plant those. Those are gross. I'm joking. They're good for you, just not something that I enjoy. The wife is a fan of, not as much for me. So.
So wait a minute. What you're saying is that you want us to put water on the crops.
Yes.
Water. Like out the toilet?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be out of the toilet, but yeah, that's the idea.
Alright, we've got the garden planted. Time to get water on it. As we do with everything, anything that we can automate, that way it's one less thing that we have to do in our day. This is an automatic water timer. We set it for twice a day, and it will automatically kick on and kick off at the appropriate times. Give us the right amount of saturation for the ground that we want. We can adjust it as we go through the different seasons. Of course, we all know we're going through the COVID that's happening. So anything that I can order online currently, I'm testing. I'm going and reading reviews, and I'm ordering stuff. So as we go throughout this video, I'm going to be posting, I'll show you little snippets of where I bought it, what it was called, and then I'll make sure I post links in the description for the items that we purchased. For this segment, it should just be the water timer, the splitter, and the hoses. The sprinklers, unfortunately, we already had purchased them from our local Tractor Supply, so we didn't be able to order those. But everything else came directly from Amazon, a couple days shipping, and it was at our doorstep. Even the hoses, which I was kind of surprised about. Okay, so these sprinkler heads that we're using, these are called impact sprinklers. They're one of my favorites. They've got the iconic sound that everybody knows. So the way these work is you set basically the left and right limit on the base, and once the little switch hits the limit that you set, then the sprinkler head will go back the other way. On top you have your stream, and all that does is kind of compress down on the stream going out, and it'll either lengthen or shorten it. So the reason they're called impact is the water makes impact with this little flapper here, and that's what gives it the iconic sound that everybody hears. After a little bit of time, little green stuff start popping up out of the ground. Squash looks very happy. This is after 3 weeks? Yeah, 3 weeks. Mustard, all that's coming up real well. That's gonna do it, guys, for the episode. Absolutely had a blast putting in the garden. If you're enjoying the series, make sure you're liking, commenting, and subscribing. Keep up to date with the channel. From everyone at the K4 Ranch, hope you have a great rest of your day, and God bless.